Good morning. Ooh, whenever I get on these darn videos with y'all, I realize that I really look a fright. It's Friday. I love Friday. It's sunny. No one's watching, so I'll just talk to myself. Hello, Adrian. So glad to see you this morning. So glad you survived this morning after wanting to hurt your husband. Yes, because you're amazing. You're an amazing mother and wife and friend. Actually, that's probably not true. You try, though. You do try. That's all you can do, Adrian, is try. Yes, sirree, Bobby. This morning was very interesting because, oh, look, there's somebody watching. Hi, Carmen. This morning, what was I going to say? Oh, I was, getting people breakfast and doing all the stuff, moms do. My husband opened the refrigerator door and said, somebody needs to throw out this guacamole. Hi, Dinah. Somebody. Hi, Nikki. How about the person that opened the refrigerator door? I mean, it pissed me off. I was like, well, here, why don't I open up the refrigerator door? Hello, Ashley and Jennifer, and say, somebody needs to throw out this potato soup, or maybe this cheese ball, or maybe, what the hell? Am I the refrigerator keeper? I've gone all this long, far in life, and that's what I do now. I tend the refrigerator. Lauren, hi, Lauren. Clearly, yes. And he said, and then, just to insult, serve it for his dinner. He's going hunting tonight. Dinah, hi, Sarah and Laura. I'm so excited he's leaving. I need a break from him. My friend Casey said it's January. You can't get divorced in January because it's January. But then January's little sister, February's around the corner. Hello, Martha. And then he said, unless you're going to woof it down. Woof it down? Is that insinuating that I woof things down? The term woof it down makes me mad, and he knows it. And then, hi, Angela. I'm just bitching for a minute. A new device has joined my network. Why has a new device joined my circle network? And then he said, why isn't Thomas ready? Where is he? He had moved my car. And I said, why did you move my car to the street? He said, well, I took it to exercise. Some people exercise. I said, you're being a real this morning. You've already accused me of woofing something down and saying some people exercise. I might become the thinnest person on the planet from those insults. Good morning and good grief. Got my ticket to the dinner. I think I've got like 3 tickets. Harsh. Oh, shoot. Just remember, you'll be gone for a week. I know, and I'm so excited. Who licked the red of his sucker? I'm not going to make a comment on that. Yes, I'll be gone for a week. But you know what I was thinking? When I'm gone for the week, I wake up whenever, not that I've ever been gone for a week, but when I'm gone, well, do you think? Ticks me off. But anyway, that's my rant. I'm over it. Yeah, everybody needs to sign up for Mark Johnson's dinner. That makes me so tickled because then people are going to be like, are these people coming? Are they not coming? Ooh, I love it. What are y'all doing this weekend other than freezing? I just looked to see if we were getting snow. I do that like twice every day. We're not getting any. But I love snow and I want some. Don't y'all? I mean, just a tiny bit of snow. 6 years ago today, Facebook reminded me that we got a lot of snow. Hold on, how will Amos get by without you? He will be fine. Mary Cole is going to be here. And, oh, you have a baby shower tomorrow, Sarah. And he does fine. We are giving an engagement party for my old babysitter that spent 3 summers with us at the beach. I think it was before. Amos wasn't even born when she helped us. I want it to snow. Me too. I've called Meredith College this morning by alma mater to let them know that I was coming to the Vivian party, which is the same night as Mark Johnson's dinner. So I'm going to the Meredith College event, not Mark Johnson's dinner. And I'm hopefully going to go speak to some classes at Meredith because that's so fun. Jealous of your North Carolina weather. Oh my gosh, you have a foot of snow on the ground? We're jealous of you. Your son's 15th birthday party is tomorrow. Your husband is working and thinking about the bullock sale. Oh, I forgot the bullock sale is tomorrow. I guess I don't get to go because Mary is going to be taking her daughter Hannah to look at Meredith College, speaking of Meredith College again, which is what made me think about calling them. And I'll be here with my children, who I'm not bringing to the bullock sale, because Amos would be awful. It is freezing in Chicago. Oh my God, I bet it is. I've been to Chicago twice. Little Thomas had to have surgery there when he was a baby. Maybe your husband's being a turd because you're leaving for a week. But truthfully, I don't think so. I need to wash my hair. I think that's why he was being a turd. I think he's being a turd because I don't know. Because I don't exercise. He'll miss me. And then, when I said that to him, I'm back. I don't know why it's saying low network connection. So strange. My street is so quiet this morning. Look. Ooh. I mean, yesterday I had like a totally busy day and all that rain, and today I have nothing. I mean, I could pick up the house, or I could get my coffee warmed up and I could get in the bed and watch TV. Or do my taxes. I don't really want to do anything. I just want to be lazy. Shocker. Morning. Let's talk about the fact that Casey Hathaway was found. Can y'all believe that? And why are people so mean? They're like, why was he outside alone? I don't know anybody that's ever had a 3-year-old that had them within their vision every second of the day. I haven't. You know, when Amos was 2, our yard is fenced in. We had friends over, and I had this gate closed right here, this gate. You'll see it. I had it locked, and we were sitting on the patio having a glass of wine, and he went around the corner, and I thought, oh, we used to have a trampoline. He's getting on the trampoline. Well, after about 5 minutes, I was like, he's being so quiet. Well, I went around, and the gate had been left open. The big kids had friends over, and they had opened it. He was gone. I mean, I flew into the front yard. Good morning, Kate. And when I flew into the front yard, I saw a policeman coming towards me. Amos had walked across the street, a half block across another street, like a big street here with a light, and 2 young girls found him at Blunt's drugstore. I guess he thought I'll go there and get ice cream. They called the police, and then my friend Simon came by, who I'm sure they were totally horrified because they didn't even have children yet. And they were like, we know him. That's, Amos Wood. And the policeman was walking him back home. Good morning, Ramona. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kathy. Hi, June. Okay, that was all my fault, right? Like, he could have been killed by a car. He could have been, but I'm like a pretty good mom, and that happened to me. Another time, let's just go ahead and have some truth serum this morning in my slushie. I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts in New Bern on the way back from the beach, and I didn't have, Thomas was at camp. I had Russell, Blair, and Amos, and we went in to go to the bathroom, and Russell said, well, I'm just going to pee out here, because he's a boy and was looking at like lizards. Hi, Ruth. I said, when you're done, get in the car and we'll go. So we go in, whatever, Blair, Amos, and I get in the car. Amos is in a car seat. Blair is beside him, and usually the boys would sit in the back of my Suburban. Well, Amos started crying. Amos was so good in the car. Does Tracy Brown know that story? Oh my God, no, Shannon. I'm going to have to write about it so she can write me a mean letter. Amos was like screaming, crying. I mean, truly, it was divine intervention. I had gotten back. He's near the highway, crying, and he said, "Why did you leave me? I was chasing the car. Thought I had left him on purpose." And I didn't. I just didn't check the car to make sure he was in there. Because I'm a human, and we make terrible mistakes. So anyway, I guess I get it, you know? I really get it. Probably running away from people searching. You keep breaking up. I do? Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. I've been there myself. Holy crap. Okay, good. Now it works. Mother fricker. So weird. You know, I have all these new like network extenders so I can do live videos anywhere in my house. But then I don't understand, how can I do them in the car and they work? So annoying. Ooh, it feels good in the sun too. Oh, let the cat in. My mother left me at Rose's when I was 4, went all the way home. I sat on the curb waiting for her. It happens. Boy, I have this good friend from college, and her son, she had one son in preschool and another son in that, like, you know, bucket car seat. And she had gotten him out of the car, in the car seat, to get the other child in the car, or dropped off. Anyway, she drove away and got a phone call. Somebody sounds like they're about to die in my parking lot. And who is that? What the hell? Are they okay? And I have to resuscitate somebody. They called and they were like, "You left the baby here in the driveway in the bucket seat." I mean, yes, like, and this is a great mom, educated, and made a mistake. Anyway, that's my story for the morning about being human. Ooh, it feels so much better out here in the backyard, getting sun. Oh, no, there's cans everywhere. They blew around. We're gonna do our giveaway tonight. Are y'all excited about that? We are. I'm gonna go inside and get it all lined up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get names, and whoever's watching, Blair is going to write your names down on slips of paper, and then we're going to draw them out of a hat for presents. We have Solarte stuff. We have Amos mosquito hat. We have some Chaza hot sauce. We have, what else? And we're going to do it at 8:30 because Melissa, my friend, has to get her son to bed. And she said, please, can we do it at 8:30? So yes, we can. What else? Got about 10 new supporters last night from that darn video. So when I used to do more live videos for everybody, I definitely had more, I grew my fan base. Like, so now since I've been working on this and not doing live videos, I had no idea that live videos really encourage people to follow my blog. It's always a stretch. And then this friend that does Finding Cooper's Voice, Kate, she texted me yesterday and was like, "Oh my gosh, did you know that if people sign up to be a supporter from a computer, Facebook, they don't take 30%. What? Why didn't they tell me that? I could have told y'all that. Sign up from the computer. I mean, that's a lot of money. I need a red, white, and blue pickup. Okay, Beverly, I'm so glad you said that. I know what I'm going to do today. I'm going to ride over to the place making my hats, and I'm going to talk to them about it. And I already told them I wanted a shirt that just says #unachiever with Toad underneath it in small letters. Don't you think that's a good idea? A pink Amos hat. You can pick any colors you want. I'm just getting the logo right, and then my new website, so I'm getting my website redone, will have a link for e-commerce stuff. And then that way you can pick colors of shirts, sizes, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to buy a bunch of stuff and then try to sell it to y'all. Then you can order it. Ooh, Kim, you like it? I think this is so clever. And we have the piss and vinegar shirt, which looks really good. So they're supposed to be making that. I signed up from computer. Oh, Angela, see? I want an unachiever. Not even an underachiever. Just a total. And what was the other word she said? You're an underachiever and there was some other funny adjective. Not an adverb, because underachievers aren't verbs, right? They're just nouns. So anyway, we'll do that tonight at 8:30. You know, it's not too hard to find times to do videos. Probably why my husband gets annoyed at me, because last night I could have been watching the game with him and I did a video. But can't please everybody. I had the Walking Wounded. What if we did Walking Wounded shirts? Isn't that weird? Crazy town. Oh, you met underachiever. Martha. Well, I call Amos Mose for a hat, and they are never there. Oh, you call Amos Mosquito for a hat. Can you order them online, Kim? I think their restaurant opens at like 4. So call them after 4. And tell them that I sent you. Oh, look. Here's Mary Cole. You're here early. I thought you were coming after.
Yeah, probably. Is this all I have to do?
No, in my office too. I haven't been out there yet. You said Mary is not working today.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, but she is.
I can come back. You want me to come back?
No, just go out there. It's just the what we decided we didn't need, the rings.
The rings. They're in a bag. They're just sitting on the table.
They're in that little crate under that window. I'm gonna miss giveaway basketball at 8:30. Oh, hell. Hell's bells. I just don't know when else I could do it. Thomas is gone tonight. Angela, we'll put your name in twice next time, okay? Because, and then I leave on Monday. Talk about some good videos. Not with children, but with drinks. I really don't drink that much. I do just talk about it some. I'm not drinking now, though I did when I dropped Amos off at school. I was in this... What? No, those go on the end of those rods. Really? I have 2 packs. I think she's wrong. I have 3 packs. What was I saying? Now I can't remember. Oh, Florida drink. I did say I might have to go home and have a Bloody Mary. I couldn't drink in the day. Then I'd have to go to bed. I do drink in the day if it's snowing, because that seems excused. Hell's bells. You shouldn't ever run Zoloft. What? Kim, I just can't abide by that. I've been on Zoloft now for like, shit, how long? Since Russell was born. He's 11. 10 years? I mean, I don't get drunk, but I have a glass of wine. What does it do? It doesn't seem to affect me. Ooh. I'm not really a doctor. I just play one on TV. I've, of my good cousin, my good friend cousin, her daughter, you hear from Carolina if you got in today. But why shouldn't I? What happens if you do drink on Zoloft? Did you know you weren't supposed to drink on Zoloft?
No, but
You have on makeup.
what would happen if you
You
do?
look so nice.
Thank you.
I've already called Meredith and told them y'all are coming.
I'm good. We get the presidential
You get this
treatment.
special treatment. Adrian, what mix do you use for Bloody Mary? Whatever Mary buys. Mary, what mix do we use?
And then Hannah actually picked that up for you.
Hannah, her 15-year-old daughter.
Went through
Alcohol is a depressant. It's not a depressant for me. It's an uppressant.
I took a picture of those balls, so I'll grab another pack.
Are you sure I only
There
have
was only 2 in the thing, and I've already looked at all the sides.
Really?
You have them hidden somewhere?
Don't make sure they're not one of those buckets on the side porch. Real quick, please.
Yeah, alcohol, no, not a depressant. It's an up.
We don't think alcohol is a depressant. Oh, Ann, I'm happy you caught me live too, and you live right in Edenton. Poor Mary. She's probably like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill her. Mary is off duty. Well, she is gonna make some returns for me when she goes to the big city of Raleigh. But then she's off duty, which means I'm on duty. It's gonna be cold tomorrow, so what are we gonna do? Zigzag. Yes, I've had zigzag. No? Okay, well, I trust you.
2 packs of 2, so I'll just pick up another 2.
One more ball and then the rods.
Yes. And I'm taking all of these rings.
Okay, and then I'll do a Google search and see if is anybody in Nightdale? Isn't there a Home Depot near the Dick's Sporting Goods? I'll look.
I can Google.
All right.
I'm taking these things back too, right? The brackets? Because you already have some hanging.
Yeah. Why did I buy brackets? I don't even know. I don't either.
That's what I was wondering why you bought this. Okay.
Thank you.
Everything's in here?
Have fun. Y'all have a safe trip.
Yes. You have a good weekend.
We'll see you tomorrow, though.
Too much Bloody Mary and with your Zilla.
I'm Bye.
I want to come back to a depressed age.
No, you don't. She's the best thing that's ever happened to us. Truly. The best thing ever. So we applied for our service dog. We still haven't heard back. Pause for a cause out. Yes, a Home Depot. Thank you, Kathy. She'll see it then. Pause for a cause out of Wilmington. But they said it can take like 8 weeks to hear. I sure hope we get picked. You know, they say that they get way more applications than they can let, but they do let you know, like, yes, you might be a good fit for us or no. And if not, then we'll apply to somebody else. Funny enough, my in-laws were real excited about it. They've always had dogs, and they don't have a dog now. And they were like, we'll keep the dog if you're gone. I was like, well, the dog is to go with us, right? But I guess there are times that it wouldn't be convenient, like if you were going to go to England. Not that I'm rushing to take Amos to England. I do want to take Blair to Rome. I'm going to see if I can find a cheap ticket. We have friends that are living there for a year. I was like, if we could get there, and then we have a bunch of cousins in England, we could go stay with people for free. My dad said the other day there was some glitch. So you could buy a ticket to Vietnam for $600. And the airline didn't realize it. Evidently, tickets to Vietnam are like $12,000. Is that even right? I've wanted to share on the subject of being scared to talk with you locally. Why? Why is that? I don't have a ton of supporters from Edenton. I have Mary Scott and Ann. Most of my friends are like, I mean, I'm not going to pay to talk to you. Damn it. They're supposed to be supportive. Give me 15 cents a day. It's just a matter of pride. So anyway. I got nothing else. Nothing? Y'all aren't even going to talk? Oh, shit. I'm not any celebrity. My son and daughter-in-law bought tickets to Italy for less than $400. Really? Bribe them with a hat. That's a good idea. I mean, and Dale, I'm usually walking around in pajamas. I mean, look, right now, I have them on. I've had this on for 3 days. See? Is Thomas taking the boys hunting? No, he's not. Good. Not so much for you. He said he might. But I mean, he hasn't planned it. So, anyway, girl, I haven't had a Coke slushie in years. What? Who are you going to Florida with? I'm going to Florida with my friend Mary Scott. We're flying out Monday morning. I have to drop my damn car off in Cary. And she was like, which is so annoying. But when am I going to get it fixed if I don't? I don't even know if it needs fixed, but it's acting funny. So, anyway. If I don't take it, I have to take it. It's unfortunate, but I do have to take it. Now, what could I do? Actually, I could get my mother's car. Oh, my dad would die. Have you talked about Casey being found? Yes, we talked about Casey being found. We mainly talked about me and how I've lost children and how people shouldn't be like doing all this judging. It's so interesting to me that they do that. Why was he outside alone? I never let my 3-year-olds be alone. He was found on Aurora Road, a quarter mile from his house, and he was calling for his mom when somebody heard him. And they said a searcher found him, which is true, but they got a tip that somebody heard him, so it actually wasn't a searcher. It was a person that lived in the area that called and said, hey, I think we found him. Not that it matters, but just be accurate. And he has hypothermia. He was very wet. Now, one person I had said he was unconscious when they were found, but that can't be true. He was calling for his mother. But I think he definitely, he's little, and his oxygen levels last night, according to a nurse in the hospital, said his oxygen levels were going way up and down. But he was smiling. He saw his sister. I think they were really thankful. And he'll either leave the hospital today or tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, this is when your votes matter. The sheriff in New Bern, Chip Hughes, is fantastic. And what's really interesting about him, I'm going to write a story about him. He was with the Center for Safer Schools, Kim Martin. And I interviewed him several months ago. He was running for sheriff's office because the sheriff in New Bern was, and maybe y'all love him, was awful. And really awful. Chip was running. Chip won. And I really thought to myself, if Chip hadn't been sheriff, I wonder if that other sheriff would have worked so hard. Because I think some people might have been like, after that first night, like, it's recovery. We're not going to find him. Maybe not. But I just think Chip Hughes is so awesome. And it's sort of interesting that when he left the Center for Safer Schools, he left because he was like, Kim Martin is an idiot, and I can't stand and watch her screw up school safety. So it's not just me saying that she's a terrible school safety person. It's the sheriff that just found a 3-year-old boy alive after 3 days. Now, that truly is a miracle. I was thinking it'd be interesting to write about that because, you know, people that aren't Christians are like, well, why would God save him and not my child, right? Because that's like an interesting, I mean, when my brother died of cancer, I remember some people would be like, well, my child was healed. And I would think, well, why in the hell didn't Adam get healed? So it's really a conversation. I like that to talk about that. Hi, all. Cindy's joining late as usual. I didn't give y'all a heads up. God could save everybody. But I do think research on prayer shows that prayer does help. Like, remember when they've done those studies where they prayed for people and didn't tell them they were praying for them? And the people overwhelmingly did better than the ones that weren't prayed for. I mean, you can't ignore data. I love data. But I think that's hard for people to wrap their minds around, particularly if they're the one who's lost the child, you know? But as somebody who's lost a brother, I think we live in a world and things just don't go the way we want them to go. And healing, if you get so sick, I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes that we do get a miracle. We don't always. We don't know why or what or how, but sometimes we get one. You can't say that we don't. I think we get a lot of saves that we don't even know about. Yesterday I pulled out, Amos was riding in the backseat of the car on the floor because he had screamed and I let him out of the seatbelt. I know, I wasn't in my car, I was in my husband's. And when I pulled out of the high school, turning right, a school bus was coming the other way. So I looked this way, right, to make sure no car was coming, but I didn't look this way. The school bus, because it's a big school bus, was literally in the middle of the road. And when I turned, I thought I missed hitting or getting hit by that school bus because the school bus was basically in the wrong lane. That could have been terrible, right? But it didn't happen. So that was a save. Or when Amos got out of our yard and the police brought him home, that was a save. I think we get so many saves that then when something does go wrong or something terrible happens, we're like, oh, why'd God let that happen? I think God's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to help you here. But you still can make decisions yourself. And sometimes they're just evil people. And you can't, like those women in that bank. You know, that guy made a choice to go in there and kill those women. Anyway, my husband last night, he's probably mad at me because he now says I'm a Democrat. I don't know what I am. I know I have a brain. We were arguing about the border wall. I said, I think the wall is dumb, and he thinks that's terrible. And maybe he is right. Maybe the wall would make a difference. I don't know. I'm not even going to say I know. But I think we need to have a conversation about it. So then when I said, well, that guy in the bank comes out of there. He's killed those 5 people, and they didn't even shoot him. I was like, if he'd been black, he'd be dead. He was like, oh, I don't know why you're saying that. I was like, because it's true. It is true. I mean, there have been 2 black men that have been killed in the last 2 months. Yes, my husband. In the last 2 months. And because there was a shooter and they were trying to help and they got killed by the police because they thought they were the shooter. Have y'all seen that? I was like, if that guy had been, anyway, maybe I'm wrong, but again, the data. Why are innocent black people killed way more than innocent white people? I mean, you just can't ignore it. Yes, makes sense. Which is why, anyway, why I think that Covington High School thing has been such a mess. And not because I don't think those boys were like targeted, but that high school has a terrible reputation of being racist. And I think that adds to the environment. I mean, evidently, I was like watching these videos and reading all these tweet things. You know, I don't do Twitter really because I don't understand it and I forget to do it. The kids, when they would play black teams, would all bring soap on a rope because that's what you have, soap on a rope in prison. I mean, that's terrible. And then one student at the rally that was with the boy that was, you know, standing in front of the Indian fella said, it's not rape if you enjoy it. I mean, granted, but that just gives a feeling of a culture of a school. Crazy talk, but it does to me. And their valedictorian was gay and they wouldn't let him do the speech last year. Sorry, but I just don't agree with that. Which might be why Tracy hates me. But again, just looking at the research. That's all I can do. Just do my best. And I might be wrong or I might be right. I didn't ever remember the time that I called out the librarian that didn't accept Michelle Obama. Oh no, Trump's wife. Remember they gave books to like the best schools and the librarian said, we don't want your books. And I called her out. People were like, oh, it's because you are a Republican. No, I called her out because it was bad manners. Like it wasn't her job to write a mean letter to the president's wife and say, we don't want your books. Good manners dictates that you say thank you for the books. And if you don't want them, you give them to somebody else. If you give me a present, I don't write you a letter and say, I don't want your damn present. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter to me if Maya Lou Angelo gave the books. I mean, are you posting Tracy's letter? I think I'm going to. I think I'll do it tonight. I think this morning I'll do well, I could do it today. I need to do a Casey update. But I guess I don't really have anything to update because I don't really know much different. Yep. Yeah, I think I'll post the letter tonight. What's your thoughts on this MAGA hat? Oh, I don't know. I didn't know anything about that. I will say that if I were in Washington, D.C. and I were chaperoning a bunch of kids, mine included, and I saw rallies going on and my son had on that MAGA hat, I would say to him, or I would say to them, you know what? We're not going to enter into a tense situation with have a hat, wear it all you want, but there's no reason to provoke a problem, right? So I wouldn't have allowed. I think those people watching them shouldn't have done that. Now, one of the Catholic priests with them has posted a lot about how he is very against like all these people are coming across the border. So that sort of gives a feeling too of what their thoughts were already. But anyway, I mean, why would you? And I wouldn't have allowed that to happen. Because they said, can we go in there and chant our school songs? And I would have been like, no, you can't. We're not doing that. It's inappropriate. There's no reason to look for trouble. No, might say free speech, whatever. No, I mean, why would you do that? Why would I wear one of those hats? Anyway, either way, there's no reason to provoke and look for problems. But it's just my opinion. Now, do I think that you should be able to go to a gym because you have a Trump shirt? No, I think that's dumb. Wear a Trump shirt to the gym. I mean, I'm into free speech. That's why I supported the darn football players being on their knees. I don't know if I would do it, but in this country, we do have that right. Now, I will say, as a football player, you probably have to follow certain rules, and that's part of your contract, right? Well, in a foreign country, I didn't wear American colors just to not provoke. Oh, That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's interesting. Anyway, and we live in a community. Our school is more minority than white, and I haven't always been the best choice maker, and try to really learn from my mistakes and the way I behave, and want my children to learn the same thing. Kids need to learn boundaries in volatile situations. Janet, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah, they do. Particularly boys whose like brains are like basically half there when they're teenagers. Football is football. Pro football. True. Boy, have y'all seen that player, the basketball player at Duke? He's a freshman. Evidently, he's going to the NBA draft. He'll be the #1 pick. He's huge. He weighs, Thomas said, he's 6'9" and weighs 350 pounds. And he's not fat. What if I could weigh 350 pounds and not be fat? And he's fast as hell. Holy cow, he's fun to watch. I do like basketball. Everyone needs to learn that they don't have to confront someone who disagrees with you. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to. My pediatrician and I were like a full-on fight over that blackface paint that the boys from Covington were wearing years ago. Yes, and he's a freshman, Kim. Zion. Yes, Zion. I mean, isn't he amazing? I don't know anything about him, but he is good at basketball. But the boys, they would do blackouts, I guess they do at the school, and they all wear black, which is fine. I mean, who cares? But they painted their faces black, which actually, I'm not even for a blackout. Maybe that's okay. But that's just me. I mean, I think it's politically incorrect, but I don't truthfully have a problem with it. But they said, then they had painted that white around their lips and their eyes, which is a minstrel. That's from like minstral. Really pleased with myself that I could pull that word out of somewhere. And I said, that's never appropriate. In a school that allows that, again, it seems weird to me. And my pediatrician, who I love, was like, I don't agree with you. It's not a minstrel. And I was like, well, that's fine. We don't have to agree. But I think it was. Anyway, it's just me. Yeah, I don't think professional football players are thugs. I would not use the word thug. I think that is clearly a bad choice of words. I've learned my own self from that mistake. I mean, think of Phillip Rivers, who played at State. I mean, he's an amazing quarterback. And they're having their 9th child. 9 children. Now, would I have 9 children? No. But what do I care if he does? I always think, when you're having children, people are like, why are you? I had the boys, and then I had Blair, and then I had Amos. It was like, oh, you shouldn't have more children. Why the hell does anybody care? It's not like I'm asking you to take care of the children. Mind your own business. Mind your own damn business. Thug is just not a word that I just think it's not a good word to use. But that's just me. I would not use it. I'd used it in the past, remember, and I about killed myself. So now I'm not using it. I don't like to stereotype big groups into names, because I don't think that helps. Yeah, recently, Suzanne, I didn't share it. Because a lot of times little stories will come in and I'll be like, oh, I want to try it. Write it, and then I don't have time, or I'm doing something with my kids, so then it's not relevant. But the pro football teams, it's been a few weeks ago, can choose, they would have cleats made and then choose to give like money. I don't block. Yes, you don't. You don't have to do as much to incite people. And this one football player, a black fella, had autism cleats made. So he was doing all his donations for autism. I just thought that was so cool. His cleats had puzzle pieces all over them. Yes, so we have this football player. Y'all probably know his name. He's from Tarboro, and we went to see him play when they were playing our high school, and he's in the pros now. Dale, do you know his name? And whenever there's a hurricane, if there's any problem, the school counselor was like, I can call him and say I need something and it'll happen, but I don't like to do that. Oh, it was the woman doing the copying machine. She was like, I don't want to run to him every time we need something, but there was a hurricane. He loaded up a tractor trailer filled with like water and food, rode down here and passed it out to people in the community. Yeah, I mean, that's like, I think particularly that crowd really is like people that came from not amazing backgrounds really want to help their communities, which is good. And doesn't remember. I'll ask Thomas. See if he's still mad at me later today. He'll be over it. Todd Gurley. Thank you, Ellen. Todd Gurley. I mean, amazing. Right, Ellen? I hear such nice things about him. Todd Gurley. Boy, and he was a good player, too. But that Zion, I wonder when Duke plays again. You know, I like Coach K after what he did for that nice man with Down syndrome. Even if people think he's evil or don't like Duke, he played for Georgia and is on the Rams. Thank you, Ellen. On the Rams, playing in the Super Bowl. Go Rams. Go Todd Gurley. I was saying something else and now I forgot, because that's what I do, forget. When is the Super Bowl? Is it soon? It is soon. It's a week from Sunday, isn't it? That was the day I was going to start my diet. I can't start Whole 12 because then Vivian and I are taking the kids skiing the next weekend. So what I'm going to do is when I get back from my trip, I'm going to start my exercise regimen. And then I'm not going to actually start Whole 12 until I get back. Yes, and I'm probably stereotyping when I say that about Covington High School. So see, then that makes me think. Thank you, Christy. He can coach no matter what school you follow. Oh, Coach K, that's what I was talking about. Golly, he's good. Ooh. Yeah, like I know everybody at Covington High School isn't like that, but I think the atmosphere is not great. Now, I will say professional basketball, you do get some characters playing professional basketball. It's different from professional football in my, somebody's trying to call me. Yes, Coach K. I mean, did y'all read that story that I wrote when he gave a ticket behind him to this fellow with Down syndrome for, I think, 34 years? 34 years. And his family would get their money together. Coach K is not the coach now? What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Why? I know damn well he got retired. Is he doing some health stuff? I think his heart gets done in. He gets so stressed. He gave that ticket every year and never told anybody about it. I love when somebody, Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis Rodman is a mess. I agree. Dennis Rodman, I can't believe that Dennis Rodman went to North Korea. Is he crazy? I would no more go to North Korea. I mean, remember that nice poor boy that was in North Korea? That then they said he took down a poster or something? I mean, darn if they didn't kill him. Remember that? Don't go to North Korea. I watched this Dateline episode. You know, I like Dateline. Typo for me, sorry. Thank you, Janet. I thought I was losing my mind. And the young lady was in Syria and was kidnapped. Syria. Now, I think it's wonderful to go to Syria, but if you go to Syria, you're going to get kidnapped. It's like looking for trouble at a rally. I'm good as stew. Yes, Cameron's seats are very limited. Coach K gave my friend who was dying of a brain tumor tickets to a game, but unfortunately he passed away, but his family went. Oh, that's nice. Professional athletes have allowed that culture to manifest. Character wasn't ever a qualification. It was all about the wins and how much money could be made. Probably true. If you want to watch stuff about athletes, which I'm not like a big sports person, but I do, we'll watch stuff with Thomas at night, these 30 for 30s. I mean, my porch is rotten. I think they're on Netflix. Holy cow, they're so good. I mean, like, really good. You can watch these kind of backstories. Ooh, the Duke lacrosse one is fantastic. I mean, it talks about this kind of whole witch hunt of what happened. The DA, I guess, lost his job. He was running again, and so he withheld DNA evidence from the woman that said she was raped by the Duke lacrosse players. There was DNA evidence that said, well, none of these boys' DNA was, you know, near her. Hate to say that. And he didn't let anybody see it. I mean, terrible. My children love that show. It is good. Really good. Yeah, it's hard when your business depends on winning and making money. What is it again to watch? 30 for 30. It's like 30, the word for 30. I mean, there are so many good things to watch on that thing. I think we've seen like all of them, or the good ones. Yeah. North Korea and Syria. The one about Bo Jackson, start with Bo Jackson, Catherine. Bo Jackson was, and he's like amazing now. He was amazing then. He played football and basketball, and he got pissed because played baseball, football, baseball. He was playing football, and he went to visit he was playing baseball, like he would play baseball in the spring for his school. And he went to visit a school who said, yeah, you can fly on our plane and come visit this professional team for later. So the school, or not the school, the pro team had said, yes, we checked. It's not against NCAA guidelines. It's fine. Well, then he gets a call from the coach who says, Bo, you can't play any more baseball because you went and did this. And he was like, well, let's say it's the Patriots. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. They told me it was okay. They were like, well, it wasn't okay. Well, they did it on purpose because they wanted him to come play football there. He was the #1 draft, and he said, if that team drafts me, I'm not going to play. They used their #1 draft pick. They drafted him, and you know what he did? He said, you know what? I'm not playing football. I'm going to play baseball. He played baseball for a season. They wasted their #1 draft pick, and then he went and got to play for a team that he wanted. I mean, that is awesome. I could like watch that like I watched the movie Elf. Just tells you how my brain works. Okay, I'm going inside and I'm gonna clean up the house and I'm gonna vacuum because there's cheese all over the rug in one room. There's baking soda in the kitchen that I dumped in Thomas's boot because, you know, I dumped all that chicken juice in it the other day. And then there's sand in the hall because Amos got into the sand toys, which I don't know why they're in the house, and dumped probably a half a bucket of sand and seashells. So I'm gonna go deal with all those things. And I'll see y'all tonight at 8:30 for the giveaway. Now remember, you have to be watching to win something. It's different this time than it was last time. We might not always do it that way, but that's what we're doing tonight, 8:30. And I'll look forward to seeing you. I'm gonna take a shower before then, maybe not. Then, do the boots stink? I haven't stuck my nose in them. The baking soda is supposed to soak up the stink part. Janie, you missed me again. I know, I told you I would tell y'all when I'm doing a live video. I'm trying to, but I'm not doing great at it, am I? I'll try again later. But I will see you tonight, 8:30. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.